我想要问 Chris 牧师的问题就是，我觉得我跟我们的父母或者我们的上一代在财务跟金钱上面的想法非常的不一样。那因为我觉得当然是因为时代的不同，所以呢，大家在每个时代的里面，大家对于钱、用钱、财务的方面很不同。那我想问牧师说，我们如何能够在跟上一代也好，或是两代不同的时候、世代不同的时候，我们如何能够在尊荣的当中可以彼此同工
？One of the greatest challenges we have in succession planning is in this passing of the baton, where one generation has created a business or a ministry or actually anything. And then there's this passing of the baton where the runner is about to hand the baton to the next person, but they run together for a season while they hand off the baton. And oftentimes that's very challenging because the founder, the first generation of a business, the first generation of a ministry, usually they really had to bootstrap that ministry. There was lots of nights walking the floor wondering how they're going to make payrolls, wondering how they're going to pay their suppliers, and so on and so forth. And there's this kind of mentality that they had to be very frugal, they had to be very tight, they had to make great sacrifices to make this actual ministry, this business, this organization actually work. The next generation comes along, and when they're about to hand off that baton, hopefully, if the first generation's done a good job, there is some financial stability. There's a team in place. There's an inheritance. There's lots of things that the first generation worked for that the second generation gets to enjoy. That baton pass is really a tough time. It can be, because first of all, the older generation needs to be honored for the sacrifices they made. The older generation, maybe they walk around the building turning off all the lights. I mean, we have to turn all the lights off because the bill is so high. And in the younger generation doesn't understand, like, why are they so cheap? Why are they always talking about money? It's because you didn't live in the organization when they couldn't make payrolls, when they couldn't pay their suppliers, and so on and so forth. And so, first of all, I think for the younger generation, there needs to be some understanding. There needs to be some understanding of the history, what they went through, so they can embrace some of this mentality, some of this frugalness, some of this real value for every dollar, making sure that every dollar is spent well. And the other side of that is the older generation has to realize, like, we are not in startup mode anymore. We are not in, we have to squeeze every single penny, and we can't have a vision for anything beyond this little pond that we're building. The business could go broke any minute, and there's this kind of sometimes an unhealthy urgency because at any day we may go broke. The next generation is standing on the shoulders of all of that, and they haven't experienced that. They're not having post-traumatic stress from the years of barely making it, the years of having no food and having to lay off employees. And so they are actually the people that tend to take the business, take the ministry to a whole nother level, because they are standing on the shoulders of a warrior, and they are not warriors, they are settlers. And this warrior-settler thing needs to be worked out, because the warriors typically want to reproduce warriors. But the idea of war, the object of war is victory, but the object of victory is occupation. And the object of occupation is transformation. So sometimes these warriors are like, they want to create another generation of warriors. And it's like, we occupied the land, are we going to do anything with it? And so there needs to be a respect for the warrior. And I know in America, this is a big challenge. I feel like American youth have lost sight of the war it took to get us here. On the other side, the warrior needs to say, why did we win this? Oh, we won, we took this land so that we could actually build a beautiful community, a beautiful ministry, something that would touch the world, something that the world would want to come to, like a city on a hill, as Jesus said, something that stands out as being amazing, excellent, the kingdom, like Solomon's palace. David was a man after God's heart, but his mandate was war. He was a man of war. In fact, when he wanted to build a temple, God said, I'm not going to let you build something permanent with a spirit of blood and war on your hands. So he said, Solomon will build it. Well, Solomon wasn't a warrior. Solomon lived in 40 years of peace. But Solomon didn't just build Solomon's temple. He built Jerusalem. David couldn't build Jerusalem, not at least in the way Solomon did, because he was spending all of his money, all of his time trying to take land and keep enemies out. We have to understand each other's season, and we have to have honor for each other's season. And that, I believe, is part of this legacy, part of this, if you will, transition, part of the passing of the baton, is understanding each generation and honoring each generation's place in the Kairos seasons of God in our lives.
接下来我想要问 Chris 牧师一个问题，然后比较轻松，就是牧师觉得一个基督徒，譬如说买乐透啊，然后或者是买股票，或者他觉得对于投资理财，然后呢，他对一个基督徒做这些事情有什么样的看法？
One of the things I think about in this developing other sources of income is investments. And I'm asked, oftentimes, like, what do you think about buying lottery tickets? Well, I frankly don't believe in gambling, and I don't think that I should invest money in something that creates dysfunctional cultures. And I believe the lottery is a dysfunctional culture. Well, what if you won $1 million? What if somebody won $1 million and gave it to you? Well, I'm not going to judge someone else's heart. If somebody gives me money that wins the lottery, I'd probably take it. But I personally believe that lottery money is money that creates an unhealthy ecosystem and an unhealthy culture. And it's not an investment in something that actually produces a service or a product for someone. So one of the kingdom core values that I believe in is I believe in investing in the stock market. I believe in investing in other businesses. I believe in investing in other people. And I do think that it's appropriate to invest in people and in places expecting to get a return, providing it's providing the person that or the place or the business that I'm investing in understands that I'm investing for the sake of a return. But I think it's really important where we invest, because I don't personally want to invest in a casino, even though I can make a lot of money doing that maybe. I want to invest in something that is producing a service or a product that's actually helping people. So I'm not just thinking about where can I make the most money. I want to invest in something I believe in. Now, it might be a technical product. It might be Apple stock, or it might be Microsoft stock. And I'm like, does Apple stock help people? Well, yeah, I think that technology has really helped the world be a better place. So it doesn't have to be, quote, spiritual. It doesn't have to be, quote, like I'm funding doctors and nurses. But it needs to be, I'm funding something that's helping culture improve and get better and help people's lives. So I can't think of money first. And I think business is one of the issues that this is probably one of the most asked questions, or at least statements like, I want to go in business and make money. I'd like to propose that that's a really bad first motive. I believe in multiple motives, but I don't think you go in business to make money first. I think you go in business to create a service or a product and help people. If you will help people, you'll make money. But if your whole idea is to make money, you often won't make money or help people. And so I think that when we invest, even if we're not investing in our own business, I think we should invest in something that's actually providing a service and a product that we're proud of. And that if we don't make money on it, even if I invest in stock and the stock doesn't do well, but the company's still producing a product, I'm like, well, at least I help people with that product that helps culture. So I think that it needs to be motive first. Before I'm thinking about making money, I'm actually thinking about helping people.